Welcome to part 6 of this demonstration of a YUI-based Ajax application being developed using EWD. At the end of part 5 we'd reached this point where we had the initial menu bar fully working and a login panel with a form in it. What we now want to do is to get this form working, and this is going to demonstrate something that's actually one of the coolest and slickest parts of EWD. We're actually looking here at the original demo application that I showed in part 1 because I want to examine in detail what needs to happen at this point. It's a whole bunch of things need to happen at once. If I enter invalid login credentials, I want an error to pop up, an alert. But if I enter a valid username and password, then I want the form to disappear and for the menu bar at the top to change to now include this demos library option. Now in most web development technologies, programming this kind of thing would be pretty complicated and, to be honest, non-intuitive. But in EWD you're going to find it's a very simple thing to do, but what I'm going to do is build it bit by bit for you so you can see how it all fits together. There's actually a number of ways we could do this, but I'm going to show you a very simple yet very effective approach. The main transition is going to be to change the menu bar when the form is submitted. So let's go back to this. So when we click on the login button, we're going to want to change this menu bar up here. Now we could do that by modifying the properties of the menu bar widget using JavaScript, but I'm going to do it a different way, by completely replacing the menu bar instance that we see here with a new one, and we're going to deliver that in a new fragment into the same target ID. So this menu bar will get replaced completely with a new one. So let's build that new fragment containing the replacement menu bar. We're going to call that mainMenu.ewd. So let's go over here into WinSCP and we're going to create a new file. We're going to call that mainMenu.ewd. And what we're going to put into mainMenu.ewd is going to look very like the original version. So it's a menu bar, YUI menu bar, session name is MenuDef, and the target ID for any options that we click on is going to be the main container. So no difference there. The only difference is the pre-page script, which is now going to call in get main menu from library.py. So let's save that. That's our main menu page. Now how do we get that? How do we make that get fetched? And this is where the really cool part of EWD comes in. If we look in our login panel fragment, you'll see the submit button down here with login, YUI submit. All we need to do is add 2 new attributes to that. Next page, which is the fragment that's going to be retrieved when the form is submitted, and that is going to be our main menu, and then the target ID of where that fragment needs to go. ID equals, and that was menu bar, because that's where the current menu bar is. Let's save that and recompile the application. Now there's one more thing we need to do here, and that is that we haven't actually written this get main menu function in our Python library or our library.py module. So let's sort that out. Let's get our library.py module as it currently stands, and we're going to add in the new version. There's the original menu. Let's get the new one. That's going to look like this. So very similar, creates a dictionary called menu, but now it's got a new second option The main text is demos, the submenu text is library, which will invoke a when we've written it, another fragment called library. And otherwise it merges it into the session with the name of MenuDef, which will correspond with our session name equals MenuDef in mainMenu.ewd. So let's save that. We've already recompiled the pages, so hopefully we should be able to run this now in the browser. Let's refresh. And now we're not doing, we've not added any validation into the form yet, but let's just test this transition. If we click this login button, there we are, the menu has now changed. Now the other thing that is interesting to look at is the Firebug trace for this, and you will see down here when the main menu fragment was retrieved, it automatically deleted the JavaScript object which represented the previous initial menu bar. So just by bringing in the new main menu widget contents, the old menu widgets have all been got rid of, and it's nice and clean as far as YUI is concerned. So that's got us one step along the way. We obviously aren't doing any field validation, but I'll show you how to do that in the next part. See you in part 7.